Greetings and welcome back to the 55 Chevy Cameo build. This time it is time, I believe, to start assembling the body to the chassis and such things, as well as maybe I'm getting ahead of myself. I gotta put the glass into the cap and once I have the glass in the cap, I also gotta take this piece here, detail the firewall. When I say detail the firewall, all I'm talking about is painting in all the little grommets and this little box there and wires and stuff, or I'm at least gonna try. I haven't had good luck with painting in wires before, but just a little paint needed on this part. And once that's done, we can start installing this in here and putting the whole thing onto the body, I guess. Got more stuff here. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so I am looking at the interior, looking at the glass on this thing, and it does have a bead around it, like rubber fittings or whatever. So I'm gonna go the lazy man's way and just Sharpie that sucker in. And also, while test fitting this thing, I've actually watched the video of a different guy building this. Very same kit. The front windshield does not fit. If you can tell, there's a huge gap on the top there. But once I have put the sun visor in here, that's not gonna make a difference, so we'll fake it that way. But he also said that there was some issues with the gaps in the rear window, so I'm gonna check that out real quick. Oh yeah, there's quite a gap there, and the glass is kind of misshapen. So I'll try and fill that in with the Revell Contacta Clear, and then I can paint it black afterwards. But before that, I'm just gonna run some black Sharpie along the edges, like so, and hope it's gonna turn out decent. Which is actually quite hard because it's kind of misshapen. But anywho, this should give it the desired rubber effect. Albeit it kind of glossy, but it doesn't really matter to me. I'm gonna go around and do all the windows like this. I gotta pay a little bit more attention to it and get in closer. Hard to do with the camera in the way. But also, what I want to mention right now is that I have fitted the interior tub on the chassis. I detail painted some of this stuff with a Sharpie. I made the fuse box of metal. I don't know why, just break stuff up a little bit, I guess. The Fujimi set with the toolboxes and stuff that I'm gonna put on the truck bed. There's some stuff in there as well, like a camera and stuff. I'm going to quickly build up and put in there. I know the hole is still there in the floor. I never filled it in. Not gonna do that now. But yeah, I'm gonna go and get the camera and build that real quick and put that inside here, and we're gonna put that in the separate video with all the bad stuff when I build that. And I gotta get to that because I gotta have that finished before I finish the truck, I guess. I thought before I continue any further, I should get the underside of the bed and the cap weathered a little bit more again, so it will fit in better with the rest of the underbody, I guess. Don't know why I said I guess. That's what I said. So I'm gonna just pick up some more Citadel Typhus Corrosion, which is that granulated stuff that I use for my rusting and stuff, and apply that liberally where I want the dirt to have sat, which would be under the cab and stuff. So it's basically just redoing what I did before. I painted the whole thing. I should really have done it before I put the cab or interior tub on the chassis, but I made a mistake. Let's leave it at that. And I think I'm gonna use my Life Color liquid pigments to get it dusty, because right now it kind of feels like I made it look rusty rather than dusty, and that's not the look that I'm after. A little bit in here. So yeah, this will do just fine. There's a kind of a refresher. Set that down there, and then I'm just gonna go ahead and slather this some bitch up. Slather it up. Don't know how much I'm gonna go inside here, but I guess I gotta do a little bit just to darken it up at least. And I'll probably drill out the mounting holes for the bed again before I put it on the chassis. Don't really have to hide much in the wheel wells, because the wheel is so big it's gonna hide everything. But I'm still gonna put a little bit on here just to make it darker. Because why weather the underside if you don't go all out doing it? And looks like I'm gonna have to go buy some more in the new year. That's right, it's the day before Christmas Eve. So Merry Christmas or Happy Hanukkah or Happy Festivus for the rest of us, or whatever you celebrate. Winter solstice. I'm into that. So there, it's brown again. Doesn't have to be perfect, just has to be brown. A little dirty-ish looking. Maybe I should do the inside of the front fender as well, because I kind of need to mess that up a little bit too. It's kind of too shiny chrome. I haven't really decided on what I'm going to be doing with the chrome yet. Both the front and the back bumper are really shiny, and those remain the only chrome bits I have left. But anywho, gonna let this dry out, and then we're gonna hit it with maybe some brown paint, but some Life Color washes as well. So another thing that's been bugging me a little bit too late in the process, I guess, is that the little window pillars here, I was gonna have them just body colored like so, but looking at some pictures online and also having this model on my desk for a while, I don't quite like having them body colored. They're supposed to be chrome, but seeing how I've painted most of my chrome, not all my chrome, like the door handles on the front there, I think I'm gonna paint these white. So I've grabbed some ivory, which is the same color as I painted the other stuff, and I'm just gonna go ahead and very carefully hand paint it, unthinned, so it'll go on thicker, I guess. And I'm probably gonna mess it up, because that's what I do. It's gonna look like shit, but from a distance it's gonna be alright. The tricky part is right there, up next to the window. These small windows didn't really fit in the hole also, so they're kind of glued on, just lying on the inside of it, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. There, looks better. I'm gonna do the other one. Not gonna do that on camera. Don't have to show you guys. You know how paint looks like. And then I'm gonna come in with a bit of a windshield issue that I have. So my issue with the front windshield is, as previously mentioned, the huge gap around it. You can really see through here. You can see the gap there underneath the black line. It's huge. So what I thought I'd do is I'm gonna take some of my Contacta Clear by Revell, and I'm gonna try and use a really fine toothpick and fill it up. You can see how big that gap is. The toothpick goes in there, actually, like so. And I'm gonna try and fill that up and paint it black, I guess. See how that goes, just to close it up a little bit more. Doesn't have to be perfect really, because once it's black I think it's gonna blend in, but as it is right now, I can see the gap from a mile away. It feels like, probably will also when it's black, but I'm still gonna do it. And I'm gonna do it off camera because I really don't want to screw this up. So another issue has arisen, and it involves this area right here, which is the engine bay. And the issue there is the fact that these are all the parts supplied in the kit, except for the radiator hose and of course the radiator itself that attaches once the body has been attached as well. But if you know cars, you notice there's one big piece missing that really should not be missing, and it kind of sucks that it is missing, and that is the master cylinder for the brakes that should go right here in this spot, which even contains an ejector pin mark. So I don't want my car to have no master cylinder for the brakes, so I've gone to my trusty Dodge Viper parts car, which has already provided the front brakes, seen here, and I ripped out the master cylinder. And since this car now has been converted to a sports car front brake, I also took the brake booster for it, and I'm just simply gonna drop it in there, or not really. I started painting it already. I'm gonna finish painting that and attach it right there, like so. And I'm not gonna be building any brake lines, but of course I'm gonna be building brake lines. So that's the stuff that I'm gonna do next. I'm gonna do that off camera, because that's what I do. I think it is time to do what I've been waiting to do, which is put the body on the chassis. Now I've been doing some dry fitting quite a lot actually, and since I put the windows in, the cap doesn't really fit anymore over the interior tub, so I've cut out this piece here to fit the side window, and I cut out this piece here to fit the front windshield, so it will sit flat on top of the of the rails, of the frame rails. So, and the reason why I'm putting it in is because it doesn't fit once the master cylinder is in there. So I gotta put that in before I can put the master cylinder in. And also I just want to do it because it's quite a major step. So the tricky part is to get it over the battery and the alternator or the generator or whatever you call them, old car like this. And then you gotta push it down a little bit, like so. So it fits like this pretty good. So I'm gonna put some glue on the contact points, which aren't that many, but it should not require too much glue. This is probably very exciting, but I'm trying to show a little bit more of my process. Way too much glue in there, and I think because I put a little bit too much glue on the front there, once I have the body in, I'm going to immediately install the radiator, because I can use the same dab of glue for that. So this goes in like this. The glue doesn't even hit in the front where I put it, or does it? Sorry if I pulled it off camera. The camera is getting low on battery, so every time. It's still kind of hard to fit it, but with a little pressure, it's in there. Like that. Bada bing, bada boom. So yeah, the cameras are low on battery. I'm gonna assemble the bed as well and make it look a little bit more like a car while the battery is recharging.